So at this point, I want to bring on Simone Bertram. Simone, if you can unmute yourself, it would be great. Hello, we got you there?
Yep.
Amazing. All right, let me just replace the spotlight. Let's get Simone on here. Simone, I would love you to share, because you actually studied with me a long time ago, and then you came back last year to do the new thinking into results. So tell us a little bit about like where you were in those in-between years and what inspired you, like what was going on for you that made you want to come back, and what's it been like for you to now be in the coaching again, and what sort of succession results are you creating for yourself?
So yeah, 2016 was when I first enrolled, and the in-between was, I was attending these free masterclasses. I was watching you on Facebook and on Instagram, and I could see how much you were excelling within your business and your role and your coaching, that I wanted more. I just knew that I wanted to tap back in, because I could just see the increments that you were displaying within your own life. And then I saw other people that were in the coaching and their results as well. And I was like, I'm really stalling. I know this material, but I just didn't have the discipline to continuously tap into it. So I went, you know what, Karen, you need to kick my butt, because I know there's more in the tank. And I had successful results, but it was accelerating, and time was ticking. I'm getting close to 50, and I'd made a promise to myself by 50, the things that I wanted to achieve, the places I wanted to go to, the income I wanted to earn. And I just felt that I was a little stuck. I was a bit stagnant. So I just knew that if I did nothing, nothing was going to change.
Yeah. And so you obviously, you had worked with me a long time ago. And so you said you knew the material, but then, you try to do it yourself. Okay. And that's all fine. So what was it really where you went, you know what, like what was going on for you in terms of the feeling of, you said, that you were stuck, that I needed to kick your butt again, and what are you enjoying now about being back in the community?
Probably the consistency, the weekly calls that we like I've said to you, unless I'm under anesthetic, yeah. I'll be definitely attending these calls.
You are there every call.
Yeah. And, wherever I am, whether I'm in the car, if I'm in another town, I make sure I attend these calls, because I know the value it's going to give me within the community, but within yourself as well. So the consistency, the discipline was definitely something that my husband actually pulled out on me. He said, you start a lot of things, but you don't seem to finish a lot of things. And I went, right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to really wholeheartedly to see exactly what I'm capable of. Like if I give this all this go, let's see how far I can really take my self-image, which I knew had a lot of cracks in it. I was a very positive person, but there was a lot of things I was operating from a negative mindset and finding the excuses or the reasons, and you're like, I don't think so. Just really improving that was probably the biggest gain, to stay on track. It's really easy to get distracted, to find excuses. Oh, I'm not feeling well, blah blah blah. Just no, sorry, not cutting the cheese.
And Simone, you ever really I remember when you were thinking about coming back and doing the new thinking into results, and that still took you quite a long time. Even it took a while. How did you get yourself from the I'm not quite ready yet, I need to get in a better financial position, to just cutting through the BS and just saying I'm in? Because that's something that probably some people are very logically right now convincing themselves, I love the idea of this, I think it would be great, I hear what you're saying, but it's just not the right time, or I need to save some more money first, or it'll be different in a month's time. Like, what do you say to that person from your own personal experience of also being there and having to cut through?
Box of all the turmoil that went through for me. Yes, it was the money, it was the timing, it was, do I really need to do this again? Will I commit to it? And I remember sitting on the beach, and we'd been backwards and forwards. Yeah, should I? And then you sent me this text message, and I was in the most relaxed form, and it was at the end of the year. And I went, what is going to be the next 6 months if I don't do anything and commit to something? I'm just going to float, and it's going to be another year, another 2 years, and exactly the same frustration. and not disappointment. I wouldn't say that, but I just knew that the way I was operating wasn't giving me or directing me in my true north. And you message me and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to get the money from. I just know if I start, the money will come. I know if I start that things will improve. I know within 30 days that I'm going to see things clearer. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to take your wheels, Karen, and you're going to show me that everything's going to be okay and things do work out. And I think I might have said to Kelly or somebody else, you wouldn't believe it, that the money came and in the most illogical way possible. But I just knew I wanted in. I really wholeheartedly, hand on heart, went, I need to be in because I've got some really big goals and I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be waiting. I wanted to collapse the time. I wanted to fast track things within 6 months, exactly where I wanted to be. So I knew, you know, people say I'll start a new year, New Year's resolutions. I just knew by the new financial year that things are going to be all set. I'm going to have my ducks in a row and understand how I'm operating to make those changes. And that's the biggest thing you'll learn. No one else can to say that they know you better than you know yourself. And then when you really tap into it, you're so much calmer and clearer, and things just fall into place because you've created that. Absolutely. By changing your mindset. It's amazing. It really is.
And so you really had to have courage to, you know, lay down the money, the investment before you had it all figured out, didn't you?
Oh, I was sweating on trying to tell my husband I was going to do this again.
Yeah. I love it. Hey, Simone, can you share with us like one or two tangible results, changes, like real life, you know, things that are different about your life now since coming back and doing it again for the second time?
I would definitely say my self-image. That has been a real curveball for me. And I'm just operating in a clearer, backing myself with decision-making, very calm. I was, in the past, you know, I was doing the big long weeks of hours and corporate world. And I think I joked with you one time saying, you know, I'd get home from work and I'd be having a glass of wine in the shower just to try and wind down. I wanted to change things that I worked school hours. I wanted to spend more time with family so that I can pick my son up from school. I can go and do the shopping and we can plan dinner together. I mean, my husband's a chef. Do I need to cook? I want to cook. I want to be able to, you know, have that balanced life. My husband comes home and I've got a beautiful meal on the table. And it was just all those little increments that I wanted for my relationship, the understanding and the support I could give my husband. He just ran 100 kilometers in the desert and achieved that recently. I wanted to be the supportive wife to understand that he needs to train, that I need to, within myself, know that I can give my best as a wife and as a mother. And, you know, I'm supporting my son with his business as well. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that I can, and I needed to sort of look back and go, what are the things that have actually changed? Because I'm in such a good vibration now that I just expect that things will naturally occur. More and more will come. And yeah, more please. I'll have more please.
I'll have more too, please. That's so good. Thank you, Simone, for sharing with us all your story and the changes that you've made. And yeah, we're absolutely just so grateful that you are willing to share. And some people here might have heard you talk before, but I think every time we come back and we share again, you're a different person today than the last time you came on and shared a little bit of your story. So we can see that, and it's testament to the work, to the formula, to the plan. So thank you so much, Simone. Say thank you in the chat, everybody. And if you're watching online, make sure you say hi to Simone in the comments.